We're rolling.
Rolling?
We're rolling.
I feel like I'm camera shy, man. You know?
We haven't done a vlog in a long time.
I haven't been in front of a camera in a long time. Not just a vlog.
Yeah. Maybe just your phone then.
My phone?
Well, just like talking with people and like zooming with me when we shoot this thing.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But yeah.
Just think of it like the same thing. Like forget about the
No,
camera.
it's not just that, but like I feel like Elvis Presley, you know, like with the mic over here, and then I go like you know, like those things. But
Yeah.
I feel like a rock star, man.
I feel like a cheap Elvis Presley with this thing here.
a knockoff Elvis Presley, right?
It's funny looking camera microphone, but it works and it sounds better than yours. So fuck you. It doesn't. If it works, it doesn't matter how it looks. No, that was not the same. What was the same?
If it's broken but it works, then it's okay. No,
There
but
we
the
go.
thing is, I still am Elvis Presley, right?
Yeah.
You're just a cheap knockoff version of it.
No, I'm like Michael, not Jordan. Jackson. I'm Michael.
Yeah, whatever.
How you doing, man? Nice to see you finally in the flesh.
Yeah, it's been what, a year almost?
More than a year.
More, yeah.
Yeah, last we saw each other in January, just before I went to the Switzerland.
The Switzerland. The Switzerland.
I was trying to think for like a funny way to say that.
Like I went up in the mountains, you know, like
Yeah,
rural
the
area.
Alps.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's been a while, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
You've gained all the weight.
thank you very much. You've slimmed down.
I think from the last time we saw each other, I'm pretty much the same. I think.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know, because I started gaining weight when I came back here for like the 5-month period I was here, and then started losing weight when I went back to
But that was 2020, man. Not
2021 as well. Because when I went back to Scotland, I was 115, 16.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, I gained my weight in Switzerland. In the Switzerland.
In the Switzerland, yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the gyms are far more expensive there, so it's understandable.
No, at first everything was closed and you know,
Oh yeah, that too.
that problem. But now we're back on track. You know,
Yeah.
I've lost 7 kilograms since I started gym. By the time I came here in Macedonia, in Macedonia. But I think I'm gaining back some weight because I've been enjoying my holiday. You know,
Yeah, of
like
course.
the proper way.
Yeah, I mean, why constrain yourself on a holiday?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, today's gonna be an interesting one, right?
Yeah, it's our first video. We'll be setting up for the last hour here, trying to make everything work. Hopefully it's gonna be fine.
I think in my opinion, like even if you try as hard as you can, like you'll never get to that perfection point where
Yeah.
like you know everything's great.
I'm satisfied with good enough. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just want it to be good enough so it can like what was the word I'm looking for?
I have no idea, man. Don't look at me.
I'm satisfied with good enough, so that's enough for me, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think always the first try is not like, you know,
Yeah.
the best try, but I guess
Yeah.
we'll get there.
We've talked about this. We always we think like more done is better than perfect. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter if it's perfect as long as we're churning out episodes every week, which we've done. I'm so proud of that. It's what is this? It's the 20th episode today.
You have to look.
I
We're losing
forgot.
track.
Yeah, because I didn't edit an episode last week because we shot 2 at the time.
Yeah.
And I
because
forgot
of
like it's
traveling,
like
yeah.
I need like a reminder every week to see where we at. Otherwise it just
Yeah.
goes over my head. But yeah, it's our 20th episode. Welcome to our first video episode.
Yeah.
It's too many numbers.
To whoever is watching us, this is how we look in real life, okay? Like, but better, I guess. 'Cause you know how they say the camera adds up like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so we're better.
Luckily, we have one camera on us at the moment, so we're fine. That's a Friends reference for anyone who watches
Yeah.
Friends.
How many cameras? Yeah, I remember now.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
And we actually have a guest for today's episode.
Yes.
I need to read the intro.
Wait, because we were thinking about an intro for the whole time.
All right. This guy is one of our best friends, a business partner, and the most versatile guy I know. I mean, the guy can do fucking anything. And welcome, Vlado Chorev.
What's up? What's up?
Let's go.
In case you have two cameras now,
Okay.
let me take my mic. What's up, guys?
So like that was a reference for Friends. Two cameras now you have.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
I didn't
Good
catch
one.
it.
I didn't get you.
Well, I guess he didn't know you.
Yeah, I
We were
guess
talking about...
he
there's
dissed
a...
us disrespectfully because he wasn't even aware of it.
Do I explain the joke or just move on?
Yeah.
So there's a Friends series, right?
Okay.
And they have like a scene where they show a video from when they had prom, like when they were young, and one of the girls is very fat then, and like everybody started laughing because she was fat.
Okay.
And she was like, no, but like the camera adds 10 pounds, and the guy was like, how many cameras were actually on you?
And you came in with a camera, so
For the record, it's yours camera, but we need to make a show, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
yeah. How
Okay.
you doing, man?
Oh, good. Fine, I'm fine. You?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Enjoying the time here in Macedonia.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold though. I'm used to like the gas and like my
Yeah.
nice warm flat.
I remember you were like, we're gonna run in Macedonia, would you like to join me? And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, no, it's like minus 10 over there. No.
We had like 2 warm days in Scotland. I was like, it's gonna be so much warmer in Macedonia. I'm gonna run and like.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought the same thing. Like when I go, I was expecting like 10 plus, degrees. But no, it's
is
like
what it
-3 over here.
Bro, it's March, you know.
Yeah,
Still cold.
Yeah.
that's true. We usually even have snow in April, so
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
Here haven't snowing about 3-4 years ago. Was the last snow, I think.
There was snow last
Yeah,
year,
but
or just
only
one
a
day.
few hours, not
Yeah,
one
Yeah.
day, few hours.
Well, you get what you can. That's all.
Anyways, moving on to the topic. Today we actually have a very, very interesting topic, and very something that I think all 3 of us have been experiencing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about anxiety and the funny and interesting ways of how it can change your life.
Not very funny for me, but yeah, it does change our life. It has
I
a very big
didn't
impact.
mean to say funny, but like
But you did, you know.
yeah, that's true.
Talking
No.
about himself, you know.
Yeah.
Talk about yourself.
No, I meant like it's funny how like a simple word can just affect your life, because that's actually a mix of emotions and feelings and everything, and you
Yeah.
just like fit it in one word, and that's what I meant by funny.
Yeah.
Not funny
Alright,
at all.
so
though.
maybe funny. Okay.
Maybe funny.
Still, there is little fun, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he's, by the way, Vlado is a producer, rapper.
Oh, you can mention I'm.
I mean, yeah, like I said, the guy's done everything, and you can see he's the one with the professional mic, the only one. That's what I wanted to mention. And like we're here with like toys or whatever, and
Yeah.
okay, I'm recording,
Just to make sure.
and I haven't seen. You need to put out a music video, bro. You
Yeah,
haven't
I
done
know,
one in a while.
but you know, when we talk about anxiety, there is overthinking. there is overthinking in the way with anxiety, you know,
Yeah, it's a big
because
part.
you need to overthink everything. When we shoot a video, it's you talk about perfection, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there is a little bit we can change, you know, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah, all those stuffs, and that's why we don't put out any music or music video, something like that.
Yeah, like we came here and like he showed us maybe 10 songs that they started and that they're not
Not
finished.
not even 10 songs, and he goes like, we have a lot of projects they've been like one verse recorded and then there's nothing else
Yeah.
on it. It's
I mean,
like-
if you get the one verse from one song, put it into another song, you get one full song, you know?
Yeah, but there
Then
we
you
were
have a
not
big-
so perfect, you know,
yeah.
because
Yeah,
everybody looking for perfection,
Yeah.
but they don't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't do perfection. Like it's just the one thing that we always chase. The thing I always talk to you about, like our other friend Tommy, like Tommy's the most perfectionist
Yeah.
guy I know, and like I always say, done is better than perfect because we can always chase perfection, but I don't want perfection to stop us. Like it's good to make everything you do like the best you can, but the best you can doesn't mean it's gonna be perfect, and it's never gonna be perfect.
Yeah,
Like almost never is gonna be perfect.
there will be something to can be
Yeah.
fixed and be better and better.
Always, always. And a lot of anxiety comes from that, yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking like, I could have done that better. Like, that's why I do with my YouTube videos. Like, I know I'm not putting 100% into the videos. And I always think about, like, maybe I could have done that better. Like, and that goes into a vicious cycle of anxiety and then overthinking, like, what could have I done better? And then for the next video, I stress about, like, I need to make this one better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fucking the infinite loop of hell.
Yeah. You see, it's fun. You're laughing. No.
Okay, I get your point. all we can do is laugh. I mean, I'm not gonna have a back now, you know. It's gonna be laughter.
No, it's a bit weird, especially when you're overthinking with anxiety. We all have like that overthinking trap in a way, but when it's mixed with anxiety, it's even worse. You know,
Yeah.
like you're like overthinking and then stressing for something that might not even be a big of a deal, right?
It almost never is.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the last thing that I was stressing about was my driving license, and you know I had to
Yeah,
take a test in Switzerland. I couldn't sleep at night at all, and I was thinking about it like, okay, if I don't pass this test. By the way, I've had the driving license for like 7 years now, but it was now approved in Switzerland, so I had to retake the test, and you have only one shot, and then
That reminds me of a song.
yeah, that's why I stopped. You only have one shot, and then if you miss it, then you have to retake the whole test from scratch, right? And I was like, what am I gonna go to work with, you know? And I was stressing about these things. Like, you don't have like public transport. Like, you can take the public transport. It's okay. It's gonna be like, let's say 15 to 30 minutes more,
Yeah.
but you will still resolve the problem, you know? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But it's something that kept me awake at nights, you know, and it was not a good thing at
Yeah.
all.
When was the first time you?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun to walk like and wait 30 minutes more to go to work. You know what I mean?
When was your first experience with anxiety?
It was a while ago. I think about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was in Prilep, I think. Yeah, Prilep. I was working on constructions.
Right.
Yeah. And I start feeling like dizzy, you know. But I didn't know what's happening with me, you know. I went to the doctor, see the doctor, he's like, it's nothing, just go out, take a walk, you know. And there was still same feeling
Right.
day
yeah.
by day, and I was like, what the fuck is happening with me, you know?
Yeah.
I came home, I quit the job because was in Prilep. I stayed home about 2 years, didn't go outside. 2 years, like in jail, you know, locked
Yeah.
up. There is comfort zone.
Yeah.
which still I am.
So you went to the comfort zone, never got
Yeah,
out.
yeah. But every time I say get out your comfort zone, but I didn't get out.
Yeah, it's easy to
Yeah.
give the
Yeah.
advice.
Advice
Always.
is much easier to give than
Yeah.
you practicing. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the first feeling about 10 years ago. How days passed, I put it aside and okay, it's nothing.
Yeah.
I can live with that. But after 3-4 years, it was first panic attack. That was
Right.
fucked up. That was really fucked up.
How
I-
was that experience? If
Oh.
you don't mind us walking
Yeah, it's okay.
us through that.
It was, I think I was home. After dinner, I was smoking cigarette and everything came black. And panic start. What's happening to me? I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I feel the heart breathing. Even I can breathe about 1 minute. Maybe it was 2 seconds, but
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me it
with
was
your mind, yeah.
2 minutes, And it's like, that is not nothing. That was something big. After that, I was still chilling, like, it's nothing. It will be past.
Yeah.
Balkan shit,
Yeah, that's how we treat diseases here. Like it's nothing like we always do that, and
Especially when they say like, "Oh, man up! You're a man. You need to."
like I mean,
Yeah.
the first doctor told you like it's nothing.
It's
Just
nothing.
take a walk, and
Take a walk. Don't
like
mind
even
that,
the doctors don't take that stuff seriously. Like the mental health stuff, rarely where it's taken seriously here in Macedonia.
Especially when you're male over here, right? Like
Yeah.
girls, they're fine. Like I don't want to say something bad, but like they're fine. Like they go to the doctor, they find a way how to treat that thing. But when you're a guy, they go just like, aha, come on, man up. You don't
Yeah.
have like depression. What's that? That's just a word. It's not just a word. Like it's a big thing, especially panic attacks.
Yeah.
Like when you're feeling that, when you're feeling like something's pressing your chest, and you have this heavy thing over here that you cannot lift off with anything.
You just can't throw that rock.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is in your chest.
Yeah.
But doctors say, don't mind it. When you talk with the parents, old guys, they're like, drink rakia, it will be past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you doesn't drink it, you will be always sick.
Yeah.
Like rakia is more powerful than medicine.
Yeah, they always say stuff like that, which is really sad. Like I've never been to like the doctors for that stuff before, and I've only recently started experiencing that stuff on myself and like trying to research and see like what can help me and how I can live with this, whatever it is. It's not a disease, is it?
No, it's not a disease. I think
Yeah.
it's a mental state or yeah, something like that. I'm not sure.
Whatever it is, yeah, and just like how to live with that. And I've never been to the doctors and I've never had to experience that, but it's very sad to see like how it just seems like they don't care.
Yeah, because the doctors here is only for organs, for your body, not
Yeah.
for your mental health.
Yeah.
And there is like, it's nothing with the mental, it's, for example, it's your lung or something
Yeah.
like that, And for that reason, here is sad because the only, for example, the new generations, the youngest generations,
Yeah.
didn't go see the therapist because they are ashamed of
Yeah, that's a big thing
visit the
here.
therapist,
Yeah. Like everybody's shaming people. If someone says I've been to a therapist, and
Yeah, they
I've
will
been,
be
yeah, everybody's shaming them, like they think they're weird or whatever. It's just sad.
I have two things to say, by the way. Depression and anxiety is a mood disorder. I just
Okay.
want to mention. I just researched it. And the second thing that I want to mention is when I said to my mom that I want to go and see a therapist, she started crying. And she
You're
was like,
crazy.
yeah, she was like, what's wrong with you? You're not like, mentally unstable. And I was like, I'm not, but there's some things that I need to get off my chest, right?
Yeah.
She was like, you can talk to me. And I was like, no, I cannot.
There is still the Balkan, It's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
It will be
No,
fast,
but the thing is, you don't know what's weighing on you, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what the problem is. you go to a therapist to find out what the problem is. You don't go to therapist just to talk about it, because I can talk to my friend about it. You know,
Yeah.
like if I know what's wrong, I can talk to someone.
Yeah,
But
you
I
go
don't.
there to find out what's happening with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And have you had like any other panic attacks or
Yeah,
the kind of
yeah, I have it. Still,
regularly?
I'm having, yeah. But for example, right now, my inner body,
Yeah.
inside my body is there is storm, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look, I need to be fine with that, you know.
Yeah. You kind of understood how to live with that,
Yeah.
I guess.
After so many years,
Yeah.
you must live with that, you know. You need to practicing every day to make it better and better.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. Like we'll never be without anxiety.
Yeah,
Like it's
there
always
will
gonna
be
be.
just a little bit.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a part
If you
of us.
put it
And
in aside, sometimes it will be happen again.
Yeah.
You know, there will be no free of anxiety.
I
Yeah.
think, like you said, but I think there is a way to get out of that state, like depression, anxiety, and those feelings. It's just a matter of how much you're practicing and how
Yeah.
much how much you're like dedicated to get out, because that's not just happening only once or
Yeah.
twice. The panic attacks and stuff like that. It's more like you need to know what to do first to make them better, because panic attack can be scary if you don't know how to react to it, especially like you said, the first
Yeah.
time when you had
For
it, you were
those-
like, I'm dying, that's it.
Yeah. For those for those who doesn't feel that panic attack, I have example for them, because it's like you are tied at the tree. You see the train is coming. You know that the train will pass away, but you are still panic for the train that doesn't crash at you. You know.
Yeah.
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 You know it will be pass, all be fine, all be good. You know, but
Yeah.
still panicking. What if the train hit me, go
Yeah.
directly to me? You know.
Yeah.
That's a great example. There's the I've seen that video of the example of overthinking. The kid and he's in the water, and he's holding Sam on a rope or something, and he thinks he's drowning. Like for a minute, he's like panicking.
I know the
he's
video, yeah.
panicking. Yeah, he's panicking, and then he stands up on the water. He stand up. It's like that's a perfect example. Like
Yeah.
you know it's gonna be fine, but like your mind is going like, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like then the thing with our mind is, what I've come to realize is these things happen actually to protect us. Like our mind thinks we're in a great danger. That we think about what if that happens, and our mind is like, all right, this is happening. Like I'm on.
It's like warning, but we get it like right now is happening.
Yeah, our mind understands that not right now that's happening. I need to protect like myself and the body, and
Yeah.
you go through that. Like if you think about going, if you're about to freeze to death, like your body is gonna find ways to like warm the body,
Yeah.
right? And like
Yeah.
if you're about to like go through something that the body knows that normally you can't handle, it's gonna go like and it's gonna warm your body. It's gonna like all these things that we don't really understand how they happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I think that's what anxiety and panic attacks are. It's like our mind preparing for something that's not gonna happen, and then it's not happening at the moment. But our mind
After
thinks,
all, is nothing happened with that we have imagined in our heads.
yeah, yeah,
But it is what it is, you know. It's still happening.
yeah, yeah. You just have to. Do you have like any tips or stuff to do when while you're experiencing like an attack or where anxiety levels are like very high?
First of all, when you have a panic attacks, you need to change your mind, you know, like not thinking about the panic.
Yeah,
You need to distract your mind. For example, the rule 333, you know,
yeah,
move 3 parts of your body, smell 3 things, something like that was. But
Right.
I when I have panic attacks, I do 5 rule. For me, is 5-5-5 rule.
right,
See 5 big objects, find 5 objects that I can move it, and smell 5 objects. For example, here, that's a one big.
yeah,
This, that.
yeah.
After that, I find 5 new objects to move it, and
Yeah, you get that your mind.
your thoughts go away, you know.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a way to get grounded and be a bit present. Like that's what I
So,
understood about that.
you're aware that you have a panic attack, and then you're like on
First
your
of
mind.
all,
Then
you need to prepare your mind when you have a panic attack. Don't panic. Don't panic. You know,
yeah,
it's tough, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
you
bit
need
different.
to practice to make that big. When the panic attacks come, you say, "Okay, it's a panic attack. It's not that big thing. It's big thing." But you say it's not big thing and pass it much faster, much better. You know.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
we've been here before. Like this is not the first time I had
Yeah.
this. Like I know what's gonna happen. I know.
Last time pass it. Now
Yeah.
will be pass again. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
In the end, if something happened, it's happening.
Yeah.
You
it
can
is.
change it. You know.
Exactly.
For example, if you collapse it, collapsing, there is no changing in that way.
yeah. Like you cannot like change if you collapse. Then
Yeah.
I think you cannot change that. It's not up to you. Like that's something you cannot intervene about. I think like the first thing that like people that get panic attacks, they already know this, but like people that don't, if you ever have something, just breathe like deeply, you know, like deep
It's
breath,
that
deep
easy when you
breaths.
say it, you know.
Yeah, deep breaths, and then you will, you know, you will be like
The thing is like it's from my experience I don't have enough breath. That's what I feel like. I can't. I don't have enough breath, and like that's why I have short breath, and I can't take a big
You
breath.
can
I
take
can't
a deep breath,
You know,
yeah.
it's like you're drowning, and you can't take a deep breath. Like you think you're gonna drown.
yeah.
I mean that's one of the things. Like that's why you have short breath, and that's why
Yeah.
like your heart starts palpitating, whatever it's called. And
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, last time I had a panic attack, it was quite a while ago, to be honest. And I remember that I wasn't able to breathe, but I got out on the balcony, you know, and I was like leaning over, just so I can like feel the fresh breeze, you know, like of air, and yeah, that helped, you know, for me,
Yeah.
like that helped, but I don't remember how it was, or was I able to take deep breaths or not,
yeah.
to be honest.
I'm just gonna say we're not expert in any way. It's just our experience with anxiety
Yeah.
and panic attacks. Just what helped us, and like you can see, it's different for everybody. So
Yeah.
it's what works for you, what's gonna help you, and just kind of lean on that.
Yeah, for that reason, when I talk with somebody, I say to him, there is no rules you need to follow to get out of the panic attack.
Yeah,
See what what's work best for you, and practicing that. For me, works that 5-5 rule. You
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
talk about me, you know, because I'm a tall guy. See how I am, right? Almost 2 meters. And most fear for me is that if I am without breath, I will be collapse.
yeah,
If I fall down from 2 meter high, my head will be hit so damn hard to the ground that will be consequences, you know.
yeah,
And for that reason, I have panic attacks. I have done about 3-4 times, and when I was panicking so damn hard, I was sitting on the ground, you know,
yeah.
in case that not collapse. You
You
know?
don't fall.
Yeah, but I think without you even knowing, you don't just collapse like we see it in the movies. Like you just fall down, you know,
Yeah.
like especially like face up front to the ground. You know, like if you're falling down, you will. I mean, I'm not
I
like
will be
I'm.
fine. I know.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
not.
logical answer.
Yeah. No, like your body is not that stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's not like that. You collapse falling down.
yeah,
It
but
was.
especially when you're having a panic attack and then you're overthinking things, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it's just fun. It's funny how like a small thing that probably doesn't even make sense can make you go into a place where you're like scared for your life. You know, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Is that fight or flight mode that
Yeah.
their body
Yeah.
goes to, and like this is happening. I'm dying.
It's
Gonna
over.
face my worst fear, and it's yeah.
when I find out about myself, I was like, oh, look at my mind, what he can create. And I
Yeah.
was laying on the bed. Everything was fine. Everything. I was the most healed man on the world, you know. And I was like, oh, if now my heart goes pumping like boop, 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 and the heart start pumping, you know,
Yeah.
start beating like EDM track, doop, 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 doop. I'm like, so, wow. That was my first time when I played with my mind.
Yeah.
And that was the key that I was, my mind can do everything. Then after that, I was searching on Google, watching
Yeah.
documentary, and I was like, what a creation my mind was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to realize like how powerful our minds are, and
Yeah,
like a lot of the times, um, we we do things out of habit and we do things on automatic, but we never realize just how our, especially like how our minds can affect our body, like how your mind can make you feel sick, like your mind can give you disease, like you can develop a tumor just because you think like you have a
You think?
tumor,
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
yeah.
like
That's actually
you
true.
can
Yeah.
develop a tumor, and it's fucked up. I mean,
But you can also cure it.
yeah,
The same way, right?
yeah,
Like I've read a story where a guy was like, if I buy myself the car that I always wanted, he wanted a Mitsubishi Evolution, by the way, and he was like, if I buy the car that I won't have tumor, right? I won't
right,
have cancer. And he actually bought the car, he tuned it and everything, and by the time he finished his car project and went to the doctor, he didn't have tumor anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
So
mean,
like,
not everything you can cure with just your mind.
yeah,
That's there's still stuff like you
but
like
a positive will on the body, I think it will change
Yeah,
yeah,
the
that is the law of attraction, you know,
yeah,
for those who doesn't know.
yeah.
yeah.
I
Uh,
practice it every day.
For me, it's that one thought. I have one specific thought that gets me to the point of having an attack, and I can almost see it coming. Like I realize that I'm going to that place, and I can almost prevent it. Like I've never had a full-on panic attack. I've always like realized it's gonna happen, and I start like focusing on my breath and like anything I can just to get my mind off that.
yeah. Like, not you were never aware in the middle of a panic attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is a panic attack. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You
Like
know it's coming.
yeah, I can almost put myself into that position if I start thinking about that one thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we create our scenarios for when we have a panic attacks,
Yeah,
and after that will be nothing happened as we imagine.
yeah. It's funny. Like I don't really want to say what it is for me, but it's not really a scenario,
Hmm.
but it's something I can control, and it's inevitable. It's gonna happen, and I can control it. And if I start like thinking about it and then get to that place,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you start in that way,
yeah, yeah,
if you start on to distract your mind, it will be not happening.
yeah. But it's not like an imaginary scenario. It's gonna happen,
Yeah. Damn.
and it's like I can't. There's not a scenario where it doesn't happen.
You don't know.
You never know, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe we can prevent it. Maybe by the time we're like 60, someone will,
I guess so. Maybe
yeah.
we can still hope.
I mean, someone that's listening to our podcast, they will already know what we're talking about because you've mentioned it, in a previous
Have I?
episode. Yeah.
All right. So the thing for me is death and the life, or lack thereof, after
Yeah.
that. And whenever I think about, like I've really tried to understand why when I think about not death itself, like not the dying part, but what happens after. Like that's what I can't. Like my mind is just trying to understand what happens after. Like am I just not existing or like what?
I remember we had this conversation when we were 19, and I was talking to him like, bro, I was like laying in my bed like just chilling, relaxing, and then I had a panic attack because I was like, I'm 19. You know, when I was 19, I was putting so much pressure on myself. Like, I thought I needed to be like a millionaire by 20,
Yeah.
21, you know, like, and you know, I was in those waters where we were trying to be entrepreneurs and, you know, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I was like putting so much pressure. I was like, I'm a failed entrepreneur. Like, I was 19 years old,
Yeah.
right? I didn't even know how to pee straight, you know what I mean? You don't know so many things. Not the peeing part.
Yeah, I
Was just,
guess.
it was just a reference. But like, you know, and I was putting so much pressure. And I said to him, like, I'm 19, nearly 30. That's what I said to him. Nearly 30. I'm about to die, and I haven't achieved anything. You know, like, I haven't achieved anything. And he said the same thing to me. Like, I have panic attacks about death as well. You know, like, yeah. And I remember those times were hard for me. But then I realized, like, how I made my peace with it, I was like, well, I'm gonna die whether I like it or not. You know, like, there's nothing to change about that.
Yeah.
And how I moved on was like, I'm gonna try and be the best version of myself, you know, and I'm gonna try my best to achieve something. Like, I'm still not a millionaire, just to you know, just to mention.
Depends on which country, by the way.
Yeah. But like, you know, I am the best version I can be of myself, you know, at least when I was 19. By
Yeah.
now, like, I'm grateful for what I have achieved, and that feeling is gone, because I've achieved quite a lot since then. And you know, it's like, I think I was in a place where I was watching too many YouTube videos and self-made millionaires, you know,
Yeah.
like people that had luck and or something. I don't know if it's luck or hard work, but like, I remember I was hardworking as well, but I was never rewarded with millions, you know? Like,
Yeah, well, it's not really how much you work, it's what you
yeah,
do.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
it's not work harder, it's work smarter.
in a way, yes. You know, as I know you once said to me, like, if it's work harder, then the donkeys would be the, you know,
Yeah.
richest animals in the world. But the thing is, you're right. Work smart, but it's mostly like, be be happy with what you do is more important
Yeah.
than how much money you make, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I think when I was 19, I always thought that money leads to happiness.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think that, don't get me wrong. Like, I would love a Ferrari, but it's just a joke. But like, I think you should be able to make peace with what you're doing. Like, make sure that you're working what you love, and you will definitely have more than working something for a lot of money and you feel like shit every day when
Yeah.
you start. Like, you wake up, you go to work, and you just don't want to be there,
Yeah.
right? That's not a good option. I think that's even worse than the, you know, than feeling like, you know, you're about to die.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, coming back to what like my thing, it's really about, I realize it's not really about that. Like, I know, because sometimes I can think about it and not feel anything. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I've made my pieces, and I think it's something like other stuff that's happening in my life that I'm connecting to that and life after that, or whatever it is, like that. You know, like, what is that gonna look like? What, how are we gonna?
Have you?
There's no answer, and it's like my brain is trying to understand what's gonna happen, but for example, right now I'm fine, but sometimes I can't even talk about it. I'm gonna have a panic attack when I
Yeah.
start like thinking about this stuff, and
Um,
it's I realized it's more about other stuff that's going on in my life. Like, I remember when I broke up like long term relation. I had a long term relationship, and when we broke up, I started having attacks again. I hadn't had like an attack in a few years, and I started like thinking, well, I thought I was gonna be married by 26, and I'm at 26 now, and I'm not married, and like, you know, it's like, and then comes to like the end point. It's like, well, then I'm gonna die, and I haven't achieved anything, and Like I'm trying to connect
Yeah.
other stuff that's happening in my life and trying to make my peace with wherever I am in life.
Yeah, I was I was one of those that thought like, okay, I'll never be when I'm like 26, 27, 28, I'll
Yeah.
never be single, like and I think that was one of the reasons like I was jumping from like at least dating or from a relationship into a relationship as soon as I broke up with my long-term relationship, and it was like I was scared to be alone, like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, but like alone is pretty scary, even though sometimes you're like, okay, I'm a lone wolf, especially you. I know you want to do everything by yourself. You're like you want to be introvert, but you're not. In a way, I would say.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not, definitely.
Yeah.
You definitely are not, bro. You're something in between, I would say,
Yeah, like
because
we talked
you.
about on the last episode. It's
Yeah.
more of like both things. It's like in the middle of the spectrum. Sometimes I'm extrovert, like when I'm with you guys, and I can be an extrovert when I'm with people I don't know. Like I'm mostly keeping to myself.
Yeah. So like something in between. I've realized that, but sometimes you want to do everything by yourself, and I was always telling you like, and I've seen you like when you are around people either you like or people that mean something to you. Like I can see your mood, your everything, and then when I come to you and you're at home, and I can see the difference in your mood, and that's how I've always said to you like people are not supposed to be lone wolves. People are meant to be in tribes and groups to actually be able to survive longer. Like we depend on each other. Not
Yeah.
not us, but like I mean people with other persons, right? Like
Overall.
yeah, overall, yeah. And you can't be like a lone wolf. Like okay, I'll do this by myself like my whole life. It's just not something that we're meant to be. Like since
Yeah.
since the beginning, people were like trying to focusing on tribes and stuff so they can be able to achieve and just live more and help each other.
Yeah. For the record, I've never thought of myself as a lone wolf. Like I know I want to do stuff like everything by myself and try not to ask for help, and that's like another issue. But I think for me, lone wolf means like not being able to open up in a relationship, like not keeping that emotional side of yourself to yourself. Which for me, like I I think I can be a lone wolf with somebody else. Like if I have a girlfriend or like a wife, it can be just us, and that's all I need.
Yeah.
But like I understand what you mean. Like it's we need communities and friends and everything. It's just that's just another issue.
Yeah, no. Um, well, definitely depends on how you feel at the moment. I know, like sometimes you just everyone we just want to be alone. Like you don't want to be
Yeah,
in.
that's it. That is a period when you
Yeah,
need to be alone,
yeah,
Yeah.
to isolate yourself, to calm down,
Yeah. Recharge.
realize everything. I'm doing that wrong. I'm doing that right.
yeah.
And then, after all, when
But
you get the result, you are not alone. You need to be with the community.
yeah,
Not to
no,
be alone.
exactly what you said. It's just a period. It's not like a forever thing.
Yeah.
So makes sense. Um, just to get back, cause all this. Just to get back, I was gonna ask you if you connect your success with all your anxiety and all your like mood disorders. Do you like, for example, do you connect like when you have a panic attack?
Okay.
Do you connect it to your work? Like, okay, I'm gonna calm myself working, or do you think like if you had when you had a panic attack, do you think it reflects on your work?
There is connection, but I have two answers: yes and no.
Yeah.
If I don't overthink, if I don't have panic attacks about, for example, we have event next week, and if I not overthink, if I not have panic attacks, I will be lazy, not
Yeah.
preparing for the event, and there will be nothing from the event.
Yeah. It
I will
won't
be
be
not show myself into the uh, right place, you know.
light and
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
no is for that because I have anxiety and panic attacks before I start making music.
Yeah.
If I am success in music, you know. But that's it. I think anxiety affects in on the music, on my workflow or something like that. But also no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
it's like most things in life. They have a positive and negative impact, and sometimes it will help you. And
Like
most of things also help you and
yeah,
like push you well from the
like
goal.
everything in your life. Something help, something doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you mentioned that no, because you had panic attacks and anxiety before you even start making
Yeah,
music, right?
yeah.
Was the music your escape from your panic attacks?
At the beginning it was,
Yeah.
but now sometimes is, but sometimes is not escape because when I have that, when I am in that mood, I make a dark mood songs, you know,
Yeah.
and I am still drowning myself in that mood.
but does it help you like to put it out somewhere? Like for me, I journal only when I'm feeling like that, and it helps for me. Like I poet everything down on the piece of paper, and I know it's there. If I want to like rethink and come back to it, I know it's there. Like you pick it. I
Yeah,
never do, but I know like it's not in me. It's not in my head. I've put it down somewhere. It's gonna be there on that page. And if I wanna think about it again, I'm gonna go back and read, which I never do.
yeah. In some ways, it helps because you will pull it out. Like you go to the therapist, see the therapist, you
Yeah,
talk each other, you know, and that the microphone is my kind of therapist.
yeah,
I tell him everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not talking back. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
That's the best kind of friend, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Just listen.
just listen.
Just
Yeah,
listen. Yeah,
exactly. Have you been going to the therapist regularly?
yeah. I'm going before when first time I feel the panic attacks, all those. I was like, it's nothing. Like I
Yeah,
said, you
yeah,
know, about 3 years ago, I think. First time I spoke with the therapist. Since that first date, I was like, that's the right guy. I need to
yeah,
visit him most constantly
Mm.
because it helped me. That is the work he do, you know, to help
yeah,
People, yeah.
yeah. People in
to
that
help
state.
the people that is in that dark state
Yeah,
of a mind.
that's
Yeah.
the guy I've been to as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not like a regular doctor, right? He's trying to like a more alternative medicine or
it depends on the clients.
yeah,
If you need some medical, you will be used that medical. But I think he prefer to heal heal you
yeah,
to take example, to heal you with the treatment, with the practicing some those techniques
yeah,
that he have, and for me it helped.
yeah. That's great.
Not for everyone is good that technique, for
Yeah,
example, but for me it's helping, and I am practicing and do it like every day.
You both were at the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Did
yeah. I
it,
just had a one visit.
did it help for you? I mean, it was one visit, but still.
Yeah, the it was interesting. Like I don't know how much I want to get into this, but he was talking about something that I hadn't realized at the time, and he was asking me like, "Do you have a problem with this?" And I was like, "No, like I don't feel like I have a problem with this." Then I left there thinking like I don't have a problem with that. But then like maybe 5 6 months later, I realized, oh,
I hear.
I do have a problem with that. Like it's a big source of my anxiety and like
Yeah.
my like those feelings, and after I realized that, I realized something else, and then I connected like, oh, this guy was telling me this, and
Yeah.
like at the time, and I
I
couldn't
have the
even
same
realize
experience.
myself like I did at the time. I left there, and for me it's like most of the times I'm fine, and when I'm fine, like I can't feel healed because I was fine, you know. And
Yeah.
when I visited him, I was like, I was so happy that day. It was like perfect day. It's like, but I still wanted to like see a professional, and I did, and it was like I left there nothing. I wasn't feeling any better when I came in because I was already feeling fine.
Yeah.
But the stuff like we talked about, like I realized, okay, that's one of my biggest sources of anxiety in my life.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when as I said earlier, when I said to my mom, she was like, "But you're not mentally unstable,
Yeah.
right?" And I was like, "I'm not, but there are some things that I know that don't understand." And in a way, like I don't know what my problem is, right? And most of the times, you're not aware what's
Yeah.
weighing you down, right? And yeah, so I think that's why the therapists are actually um, here to help us understand that that's something that we don't understand and that we don't know. Like it can be a totally different thing that's weighing you down, and you're like, "Oh, I'm thinking about that," or "I'm thinking about this," but it's actually something else that's weighing you down, and
Yeah.
it's because of something else. You have anxiety or depression or something like that.
Usually these things like scientifically they happen in the subconscious mind, and like our subconscious mind realize um, there's a problem here, and I'm gonna solve it, not even like go to the active brain. And like the subconscious mind tells you like uh, to send signals to our body like we're in danger, or like this is a danger place, and like you feel the attack.
To warn you.
Yeah, and it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't come to the active mind. You don't even think about it. That's why like it's thing. I just want to mention like I tried an online therapist once when I was feeling like very bad. Um, that month before we moved away from London, like every night I had mild anxiety attacks, and I tried like an online service, and the guy was like I told him my problem, like I think about that, and I started to have anxiety attacks. I tried to understand what's coming after that, and he was like, "Why do you think about that now? Like you have 70 years to live." I was like, what does that change? Like I'm still gonna face the same problem. It's like, should I just put it off until next week, or like what are you telling me? I mean, he was fine. He was very nice, but I guess I was just looking for
Yeah,
another answer.
I think that app, it was pretty famous at the time. Like, oh, therapy is one click away from you. But I think that it got exposed that most of them were not
I
therapists
think
actually.
no. The thing is,
Yeah, like
not every like even if you have a much bigger problem, like people go through like abusive relationship and everything, and you need to find the right therapist for you. And it's
Yeah.
not you
Yeah.
can't like not every therapist is gonna like help you, and that guy just wasn't for me. Like it wasn't.
I think it wasn't for everyone. Like, you cannot just say, "Why do you think about it now? You have about 70
No,
years to live."
maybe the guy specialized in like a relationship or another type of mental like issues. You know, it's not anxiety or depression. Or,
But he can be nice and say, like, maybe I can connect you to another colleague or can drop the
I
case.
don't know. I think whatever he felt in his mind was the right thing to say. So, and also like on this app, you can change therapist pretty easily, just like a click of a button and change it. And I didn't, so I had like a 1 month, and I tried to talk with the guy, and like it wasn't like the best experience, and I moved on.
Yeah.
It's like friendship. For example, if I don't have the same vibe with you, we will not friends.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. No, I understand. It's just, it's a bit weird for him to say that, and he's a therapist, like a certified therapist. It's just good. Yeah, a bit weird, but.
We should start wrapping up.
I think so too. It's been, what, an hour?
Almost an hour, yeah.
Almost an hour. How did you feel?
Good.
Anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
I wanna talk about you that you was so focused on your debt. Don't focus on that. What if you are successful? For example, you make you set the goals and you achieve it. So
Yeah.
you die.
No, it's not the
Like both of you was like, I'm 19. I need to do that. Need to do that.
Yeah.
no, it's
What
like
if I die?
that's the same thing. If at all, like even if you fall, you're gonna be fine. That's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but don't focus on the things that it's not on your.
It's not in your
It,
strength to fix them.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like I can't control. That's I think that's for me. Is there is like I always think more logically than emotionally. So I always try to find a logical answer to everything. And for this I can't. Like I don't know what happens after that. And like my brain is trying to solve this. It's like almost like an impossible equation. My mind is trying to solve, and I don't know the answer. And it's constantly trying to
Yeah,
like
but you will lose yourself for the answer.
I know.
For
I know.
me,
That's why I'm working on like trying to live and go past that point. And I always think maybe I'm wrong with this, but I always think it's gonna be one thing that I realize that's giving me the anxiety because like I said, sometimes I feel fine when I talk about it and I think about it. Like I've gone into like uh, the biggest depth that I could go, like thinking, all right, so let's say I die, and then what happens? And like let's say I die like a homeless person, whatever. Like I haven't achieved anything. Like, am I fine with that? Am I not fine with that? Like, where does the problem lie? And like I try to examine myself, but it's very hard when you're trying to examine yourself because like there's also the thing that's blocking me is myself, and there's like it's very hard to unlock that part that I'm blocking from myself.
just one question that I wanted to ask you earlier. You're basically scared of death in a way,
Yeah,
but in your mind, when you die, are you young or are you old?
old.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have
No, but
70,
like
70 years, bro. No, that was a joke. No, because like you said, for me it was old, but I was connecting it so fast when I was 19 and I had those panic attacks, and I used to have them until I was 22, I think, just before you came in England, and something even later. Then it wasn't just it was up to like 2019, I guess, and
Right.
then my most famous state autopilot helped, and after that I haven't had that thought. But I think for me it was I was connecting them. I was like 19, and I was like, okay, I'm 19. I haven't achieved anything. I'm about to be 25, and if I come to 25, then I'm 30, and then I'm dead. Like it's so scary because I was thinking like 30 is just around the corner, and then from 30 on, I felt like if I haven't achieved anything by 30, and at that time it didn't seem that I would achieve anything by 30, right? If I haven't achieved anything by 30, then like I'm gonna be 40 so already like
Like
being in a state where you have to have a career in a way because you have like 10 or so more years
that's
to
the thing.
yeah, right.
That's the thing. Like you said, you have to have a career, but you don't
You
have
don't
to.
have.
You don't have
And
to.
that's like
Yes.
the realization, but still it's like of course you know that,
Yeah,
but it doesn't change your beliefs.
Yeah, but I was like, if you're 30, 40 is right around the corner, and by 30, if you don't have a career, 40 is already too late, right? You can't build a career. I mean, you can, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. You can. You have like nearly, 15 years to go
Yeah.
to work, right?
But
So
that's just
you're
the
40,
scenario
let's say
in your
55 or
mind.
60, right? 55, let's say, and you have 15 more years, but you're like, but 40 is too late to build a career,
Yeah.
right? And then you go like, oh, but then 40, if 40 is too late, 50 is way, and then you're dead, and then you're like, you haven't achieved anything. And that's how it works for me. Like, overthinking for no reason.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was and I always was overthinking that, and I had like great things that I was achieving. Like I started working for Costa in 1 year. I made store manager. I was going to these courses from the store to be able to be a manager, to be able to be like area manager and everything. Like I was progressing but that didn't change my mind, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't like, okay, I'm progressing, like I've put in like 3 courses that could help me build a career as a area manager, as a, you know, whatever. That didn't change my mind until I went into a phase where I was like, I don't care, you
Yeah.
know, like whatever. Yeah, and I still stood by this. It is what it is, you know.
Greatest
It is
phrase
what
ever.
it is.
It
Yes,
is what it
exactly.
is.
I'm gonna cut you off because we really need to wrap up. And the one thing that really helped me is to try to imagine scenarios where you feel like you're not gonna be okay. Like for you, it's gonna be okay. I'm 40. I haven't achieved anything. How can I be okay with that? And that's why I try to realize, well, for myself. Like, all right, I'm 90 years old. Like, luckily, I get to 90, and I'm single. I've never had a relationship after this. I've never had like a wife or kids and anything. I haven't achieved anything. How can I be okay with that? And like trying to make peace with whatever it is, like good or bad, make peace with it and just live your life. Okay, my fucking camera died twice.
Well, I guess it's not the first time if it doesn't go with technical difficulties,
Yeah.
you know. So like,
No, we just nobody's monitoring the fucking thing. And I'm pissed off now.
I think the camera, the man that was supposed to be behind the camera is still sleeping. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let me check my phone.
Haven't got
nah,
anything yet.
I think he would have texted one of us, but yeah, definitely.
There is no missed calls from
Yeah,
him.
he definitely is still sleeping.
Okay,
So-
Tommy, bro, that's your fault.
Yeah.
So if you need to blame anybody about the black screen we're gonna put on the video, just blame Tommy.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was something that's nearest and dearest to us, you know. Like, I mean, it's something that we've experienced, all of us, especially you two, not me that much. I don't have that much experience as you two, but I think people will be able to like get some points off of this, and hopefully, as Vlado said, for everyone is different, but maybe you can find your thing and what helps you the most. So hopefully you will be able to prevent it before it's even started.
Or just make it easier on you. And
Yeah.
like, I hope our experiences helped you in any way. And this is one of the hardest things I've had to share with anybody. I'm fine by now because I started like talking with friends
Yeah.
like in the past year. Like up until that time in London, I couldn't tell anybody, and it was the hardest thing, like to go through all of that and like not trying, like just sharing helps. And I've realized that in the past year, like trying to be vocal about it and just like share my experiences every time I'm having a hard time, and it really does help. So I hope it helps anybody else. And if you ever find yourself, there's a reason why we're afraid to share stuff with our closest friends. Try to understand what that reason is, and just, well, I guess try to get over it and share it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I know it's hard, and I know it's vulnerable, but just talk to your friends. It doesn't have to be about that. Just talk to your friends or your family.
I agree.
Thank you guys for the call.
Thank you for having us,
Yeah.
and
I'm glad to be here.
I hope you enjoyed as well.
Yeah. But I enjoy it. If it doesn't look like that, I enjoy it because I don't talk too much, only listen,
Yeah.
recalculate in my mind, and after that I spoke. But overall, I don't talk too much.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most we've talked about the topic, I think. Like for the first 2 or 3 years, I didn't even know that you're struggling with this.
I'm trying to masking myself because
Yeah.
I don't wanna ruin your mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening to me. Why to struggle? you to struggle with me.
That's
But
what I thought as well. But
that's the problem. Like, if you like talk to us, not just us.
but-
I mean, people. It is supposed to.
No,
help
It
but-
you.
must be the moment when you need to talk, you know?
Yeah.
you chose the one. But yeah, as long as you're working on it, like you're saying it professional and like that's fine. I mean, you're still working on it. It
Yeah.
doesn't like mean that you're keeping it from everybody, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. On that note, we
That's
should
it.
wrap up and catch you in the next episode.
Yeah. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.